Yeah, let's start the show. We got a good show for you today, guys. Good show for you today. Today we're going to be talking about how to become a co-angler. Now, just in case this is your first time clicking on my channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button. My name's Lou. I'm a tournament angler. I'm a kayak angler, just an avid fisherman, somebody who wishes he could spend every day on the water. So if you're like me, man, go down and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. If you're interested in following me over on Instagram, you can find me at Beyond the Bound Outdoors. So this is going to be part of a series of videos in which I'm going to be going over a lot of co-angler tips, tricks, tactics. So I'm not going to be able to cover everything about being a co-angler in this video. So if that's what you're really interested in, check this playlist out. There's a lot of information in this playlist that'll help you. Now, first off, you need to know that there are several places to go to be a co-angler, right? The one I primarily fish is the FLW series, but there's also BASS, Bass. There's ABA, which is the American Bass Anglers. There's Texas Team Trails. It just keeps going on and on with the amount of different places out there. You can find places through bass clubs. That's also a good one if you're a young person, if you're a young adult, maybe a kid in your teenager years. Sometimes they won't let you compete unless you get a waiver signed, but don't quote me on that because, again, some people, you might be 9 years old and want to compete and they just won't let you. So you're going to have to wait a little bit, but a bass club could be an option for you. Or heck, start up your own one and start challenging your friends. So there are definitely a bunch of different trails out there. Outlaw Outdoors is another one down in Texas. Again, some of these are team events, like the Bass Federation. Some of those are team events. So you're going to have to go out there and research each one of these different trails. Again, use Facebook, Google. Find ways to find the ones that are around you. Also go into some of your local tackle stores. They'll either have flyers up or they'll also, know the people who are running trails and will be able to get you into those trails. My experience primarily resides with FLW. I'm going to talk about those. And the two main ones for FLW that you can participate in are the BFL, which those are a lower cost, lower entry fee tournaments to get into. And the next one's going to be what used to be called a Costa, and it's actually now called the Toyota series. So I want you to know that it used to be Costa, now it's Toyota, sponsorship change, and they just name things different. But if you hear somebody say, oh, we're doing a Costa this weekend, everybody pretty much knows that's a Toyota series event now. And the cost for the Toyota series as a co-angler is going to be pretty high. It's around $700, I believe, last I checked. We'll see because we're about to be on the website here in a second. All right, guys, so I'm going to switch over to the computer, kind of show you what it's like on FLW. You need to register. You'll need to pay your membership fee. And, you can find all that information out at flwfishing.com. And switch views for you. Okay, so here's your landing page, which is your FLW landing page. And you'll see that I've already logged in. And I'm going to go over here to Shop FLW. And from there, you're going to see that, hey, I can buy a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool swag to buy there. But I'm going to hover over tournament registration. Now, we're at the end of the year, so end of 2020, so there's not a lot of things going on. But kind of what I want to explain here as well is that you have divisions set up for your region. And now each one of these regions is going to have 5 tournaments in it or more. And they're going to start at different times of the year. Matter of fact, my tournament schedule really doesn't get kicking off till around June or April sometimes because they got to wait for the waters to warm up. All right, so switching back over here, you can see, and actually for this one, I'm just going to click tournament registration just because I know that this is going to populate some events that have yet to take place. You can see that there's a Mississippi River lacrosse event right here. And if I were to go into this and sign up for this, this is a BFL. You can see that the price right up here is $300. That's for what they're calling the professional. Let's just call it boater for now. But you can see that there's also an option there to go as a co-angler. And that's literally all you have to do is select co-angler. You see it drop down to $150 and then just click add to cart. Now, let's see if there's actually I think a Toyota series in here. And I'm going to go to Western because it's still kind of warm out there and it says clear. So I'm going to guess that is Clear Lake that they're talking about there. And you can see that the professional level is going to be $1,700. Now keep that in mind, guys. Well, I'm going to go back over here so I can look you in the eye. All right, now keep that in mind that, you know, your boater who's paid to play has paid $1,700. Very important to understand the amount of money that a boater has put towards that event. That doesn't mean they can go back there and back boat you all day long, but just know they've invested a lot of money in their event. So I'm going to switch back over here to this thing and just kind of show you the co-angler one. Bam, drop it down to co-angler. Actually $550. When I did my Costas as a co-angler, you know, I think my tournament fee was around $700 or so. So that's good that they dropped that down for you. And just since I'm here over on the computer, going to come over and show you a few more places to go. American Bass. I've never done one of those, but it seems like they've got several divisions. Again, you're going to have to kind of research these to find out what's around your local area. And there are a lot of smaller trails that will allow you to get in for cheaper amounts. Matter of fact, this is one that I started off doing, which was the American Bass Anglers. And, you know, they've got tournament trails all across the U.S. in different locations, and they got some really bad advertising here that just pops up and is annoying. You'll see that they have an open series, a couples, a military, 150 series. So if you don't have a 250 on your boat, you know, you can run with the 150. But, you know, team tour and fishing tour, they also have local draw trails. And I'm not really seeing, let's see if we can find those in here. It might just be fishing tour. I don't know. But just to let you know that they actually do have something that's called a local draw trail. And these local draw trails generally draw about, my local area draws about 15, maybe 20 boats at a time. And it's a really interesting format. Let's put it that way, because the co-angler actually has a say for half of the day where the boater gets to go. Right? And that boater actually signs up and says, okay, I'm willing to give this co-angler 4 hours of fishing time on his water. Now, the other part to that is that the boaters and the co-anglers are actually fishing against each other. You might think that that creates a lot of contention on the boat. It really doesn't. You know, most of the time, two people, when they get on the boat, they're going to try to work together in the sense of just camaraderie and being nice to each other, right? And at least the co-angler has that option during those events to say, hey, yeah, let's go here. Or the boater has the option to do exactly that. Hey, man, you got a spot we can go to? It's not like they switch spots on the boat. The boater still remains in control of the boat, but they have that option to go to where the co-angler wants to go, which is what you do not get on any of these other events, whether it be an FLW, a BASS. Now, that doesn't mean that a boater can ask the co-angler, hey, do you have a spot? He can absolutely do that during those events. The boater definitely doesn't want to be up there hearing from the co-angler and be like, man, you should be going to this spot. You should be doing. That's not what I'm saying. Just so you know that there's an interesting option out there for you to check out. ABA, American Bass Anglers. Again, I highly recommend them. I think it's a good way to start off. It's definitely where I started off. And you know what? There's some sticks out there. There definitely is. You're going to get some local trail guys. You're going to get some guys who are out there plugging away day in, day out, who've got a lot of experience on the water. And yeah, it's a tough series to enter and get a win in. So last but not least, if you're prepping to be a co-angler, make sure that you got the money to pay your entry fees. Make sure you got some money to give your boater for gas. And you know, maybe a little extra money to help with things like drinks or ice or something like that. But also make sure you have your tackle. You know, you can see I've got a pretty nice tackle bag behind me. That's going to be my brand new co-angler bag right there by Ego. So, you know, I'll drop a link down in the description so you can find that. But it's a fantastic product, looks freaking awesome, and is a really rugged piece of equipment back there. Last and not least, absolutely go into every single one of these events with the idea that you are going to learn and have fun, because if you do that, you're going to come out on top. Please don't go into every single event thinking like, oh, this is it. This is the event I'm going to win. I'm going to do it right now. I guarantee you, if you go into that and things start not going your way, you don't have control of the boat, you're going to have a bad time. Primarily, every single one of my events that I went into. I was very open-minded about things. I was just looking to learn as much as I could from that boater and see where we go, see what we did, and just try to soak in every little bit of information from how they drove a boat to how they were presenting their lures to how they positioned the boat. All of those things are things that you can learn while you're out on the water with your pro. So there you go, guys. That's what I wanted to make this video about, how to become a co-angler, kind of those first steps that you need to take. Again, FLWs want to recommend ABA, Bass. Actually, Bass actually has a way over here that, let me show you real fast. Let's go here. BASS, if you sign up for the Bassmaster Opens, you can come in here to register. I'm going to assume that those are actually pretty pricey as well, that, you know, it's not going to be a cheap event to participate in. Never participated in a BASS Open. Maybe one of these days I will. So guys, if you made it all the way to the end of the video right now, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. And question of the day, is there anything that about being a co-angler that you would like to know that I can make a video on? Drop that in the comments section down below. Also, if there's a tournament trail that you're aware of that's in your area, go ahead and drop that in the comments section below, because people will read the comments, and they'll read the comments that other people write, and they'll try to learn from those as well. So help your peers to learn how to become a co-angler. Stay tuned for more co-angler videos. As always, don't back up, don't back down. We'll see you around.